How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be working on a new tool. This is something I love to do and I love to fabricate, and I've been wanting a tool, and they're a little bit pricey, but I have a small drill press here. I'd like to turn it into an oscillating spindle sander. I found this thing in the garbage. And the first thing I did when I got it was I brought it home and I put some oil on it, on some of the gears or some of the spindles and stuff on it to see if I can get it freed up, because it was pretty well locked up. It wouldn't move. So we got some good lubricant and put on it, and we finally got it broke loose. So I'm thinking maybe I can turn this drill press into an oscillating spindle sander. So let's see. Let me give you a close-up of the drill press. Now when you look at the drill press, you can see that it is pretty well bent up. Somebody had just swung it in the garbage, and it's got some pretty good dents in it and stuff like that. But this is not going to matter to us because we're going to be tearing all this off of here. We have to build on the top of this thing to get that handle to oscillate up and down. So we're going to give it a try. Let me show you. This thing has been sitting in the rain for a decent amount of time, and as you can see, it's pretty well rusted up. Even this piece right here, when you put it out, this shaft that goes down, this was pretty rusted up. I put some lubricant on it. It's still going to need a little bit more TLC. The whole machine's going to need a little TLC. This thing here, we're not even going to use this thing. We don't need it. As you can see, this piece back in here is pretty rough. It's rusted up pretty good. This thing here is really bad. I'm not sure if it will turn. No. There it goes. This back handle back here. I can turn it. Let's see if this thing will actually... Yeah, it moves. So we should be able to get this thing all freed up and cleaned up, get everything cleaned off of it, and we'll start from scratch. We'll get it all tore down, and then we'll take it, and then we'll start building off of what we have. I think this is going to make a decent little spindle sander. I'm pretty sure we could do it. So I have some plans in my head, what I'd like to do to it. So the first thing I need to do, if you notice, it doesn't have a chuck. It has no chuck. So how are we going to put our sanding wheel up in there? Let me go get a sanding wheel. Now this is actually what the sanding wheel is going to look like. So what we want to do is we want to stick this guy up inside of the center of this. So this will go up in, and then we'll have a set screw on the side to where we can just tighten it down on there. Once we get it'll be easy to use an Allen wrench to take that in and out. We don't really need a chuck. Before we get to drilling the hole, I did want to show you that we did get this guy to work. I have it plugged in. So it does work. It's a little bit stiff, but I think it's going to be okay. So now we can get to drilling the hole. I wasn't going to really mess with this thing if it wouldn't run, but since it does run and it runs okay, I think once we lube it up, it's really going to run fine. So we're going to get to trying to drill this hole in that spindle. So what I'm going to need to do is, I have a small clamp here that I'll be setting on the top of this. And then we're going to use the drill to actually drill it backwards. Instead of having the drill coming out of there, we're going to have the drill in the vise, and we're going to go up through this spindle. And I don't know exactly, we don't want to go more than maybe an inch up in there. I think an inch will be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to spray this cylinder down, or this sleeve. Hopefully I can get this guy to go up enough to get it pretty close up there, maybe. It's just so rusted up from setting out in the rain. It's crazy. in the elements is not good for this kind of stuff. So we're gonna get it down about right in there. I think that'll be good if we get it tightened now. Everything is so tight working on it. See, our table will go back and forth, but I'm just trying to get it straight. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try to get started on drilling this hole. I'm sure hoping we got it pretty straight up in there. I think we're about as close as we're gonna get to having it perfect. Now I'm just gonna drill an 1/8 inch hole in this first, and we're gonna see how that works, and then we'll go up bigger and bigger. If it'll do it, we'll see. We only want to go in about 1 inch. Okay, I think we have our inch in there. I don't think we'll have any issues with that. I think that's pretty good. So now we're gonna go ahead, and I think we could take it up to 1/4 inch. It didn't drill bad. It didn't feel like it was that hard. So we're gonna get a 1/4 inch bit now, and we're gonna use it. Okay, I think we're ready to start with our 1/4 inch bit. Okay, here's our little spindle sander, and I think that's going to fit in there pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and try to get our little set screw set back in here so we can make sure we have a way to tighten this guy up. Now we just ran a starter tap through that. Now we got more of a bottom end tap. That means the threads will go down a little bit deeper. Since that one had such a point on it, they're easy to start, but it's hard to get threads all the way through. So we're going to go ahead and run this tap here through, which will get us a little better threads, hopefully all the way through. I'm going to have to look down inside there and see if that thing is going all the way through yet. Okay, I think we're bottomed out right there. Oh yeah. We're all the way through. So now we have our threads. We can get our set screw and put in there. We have a small set screw right here. Now I have even smaller than this, so if this one sticks out too far, we could always put a smaller one in it. This guy will go in here and hold our Allen or our spindle into place. This is what's going to hold it into place. So we didn't really need a chuck. We could just use this as it is. Now I screwed it in pretty far. I want to make sure the threads are good all the way. I might have to clean that hole out a little bit. Let's see. Because I know we got some burrs up in there. Might have to run that a 1/4 inch bit back up in there a little bit, but we'll see if this thing will snug down on it, which I think that's pretty good as deep as it is there. And I don't mind that sticking out just a little bit, because if for some reason that thing got stripped off, we might be able to even make a flathead screwdriver type bit out of it. So I think we're good there. I think this is going to work. Let me get her plugged in here and see what she does. Oh, that's going to work just fine. Okay, at least we got this piece in and it's tight. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's in there pretty good tight. So that's our first step. We knew if we could get this done, then I'm pretty sure we can make it an oscillating spindle sander. All right, now that we got all this to work here, the question is, do you think I could turn this into an oscillating sander? I do have, like, I was kind of worried about this thing not being low enough. If you've got a project in here, I know we could take these handles off because we really don't need them. We only need them for when it oscillates. So we could take the handles off that we don't need and keep the one that we do. And we might end up having to make that handle, make it anyhow. So, and and then I have an extension rod. I can put the sander down closer to the bottom by putting on an extension and then having it oscillating down in here. The only thing that I have, that I know I have, that I don't have to pick up or buy is a chicken spit motor. This goes pretty slow, but it would go up and down. We know that the rod, I know that the rod has got to move about 5 inches. So that's only a 2-inch cam on the top that would allow it to go up and down. But is this thing fast enough? I don't know. If you guys have any ideas on some motors that they might sell pretty cheap, we don't want to pay a lot of money for it. We really didn't want to pay anything. So if you want to donate a motor, that'd be great too. But what I'm thinking is, if we can get it to oscillate 5 inches, that's 2.5-inch cam up here, mount the motor on this side, and we'll be able to get this guy to go up and down. Hey, feel free to go in the comments and leave your opinion on what you think or ideas on this thing, and what do you even think it's worth wasting the time to do. Actually, right now, all I have to do is put this guy up in here and tighten it down, and I still could use this as a spindle sander. It's just not going to oscillate. So I would like to see it oscillate. I think I can do it. If you guys have ideas, that will help too. I'm almost thinking this chicken spit, like a cam or a crankshaft going across here with a cam on it, and then hooked to this rod or one of these rods. I will twist it down a little further, closer to the bottom. That looks like about it right there. And then take the 5 inches there, because this thing has a spring on it. It'll help pull it up and down, or help pull it up anyhow. Down, I'm not so sure. I know that the chicken spit, I put a turkey on this thing and it turned it. All we have to do is make the sandpaper go up and down. And it's not like you have a lot of pressure on these when you're sanding. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Even if you think I'm wasting my time, let me know. I'd like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.